we have looked at how you can introduce sex education to your toddler. Now, let's see how we can prepare our preteens for this life ahead. If you have been having this conversation with them, you know that it will not feel awkward when you progress. It's like a building block. And so, a time comes when they become preteen, let's say from 7 to 12. There are things you will prepare them ahead because they are going to meet another kind of life ahead of them when it comes to their body, when it comes to different changes that happens within and outside. So you want to prepare them from this age as preteens so that whatever they meet as teenagers, they are already aware of it. Number one thing is you want to create a safe space for them. Create a safe space because you will have this conversation with them. Let them trust you. Be a friend to them. Let them be able to open up and tell you what is happening around them. Ask them how their day goes. Ask them the challenges they are facing in school. Ask them about their friends. Ask them about the discussion they are having with their friends. So first of all, create a safe space between you and your preteen. That way you are building trust with them. So if you have been building this trust from when they were toddlers, it just become a normal life conversation, a normal space where you talk. And so you always check in, find out what is happening, what happened in school, what are your friends saying about, you mentioned the topic. That will prepare the child to open up to you. Now, the next thing you want to look at is body awareness. At this stage, you are going to talk about body awareness as it concerns puberty. Puberty is that stage of life that they will meet as teenagers. And so before they become teenagers, please prepare them. We've seen a number of girls on the onset of their menstrual cycle, they are confused, they are not aware of what is happening to them, and they don't know what to do. But if as preteens you have prepared them for the life ahead, they will be confident, they will know what is happening to their body. So let them know that there are going to be hormonal changes. Do it in a friendly way so that they don't get scared. Let them know that there are going to be hormonal changes. Their hormones will be working on the scene and behind the scene. These changes are going to show. Explain a little about what the menstrual cycle is for the girls, wet dreams for the boys, okay? And talk about a lot of changes that will happen, hormonal changes that will happen, different things that will happen during this puberty period within their body. So if preteens are pre-informed, they will be ready for the teenage life. So prepare them beforehand. Explain what those changes means. I will talk about those changes and what they want and what you can prepare them for. But we're just looking at what can you discuss with your preteen before they turn teenagers, between 7 to 12. Then, understand boundaries and consent. You know, I told you that even toddlers, you can introduce boundary setting and consent. Boundary setting and consent runs through our life, even as adults. For every stage of your life, there are boundaries you will set to protect yourself. And there are things you consent to. And so, at this time, you are going to build on the boundaries you have set for them as toddlers. Build some other more because they are growing up and a lot of things is going to change. So let them know that their body is theirs, which of course you've told them before. Let them know that there are inappropriate touch which they've not built on it and explain why. As toddlers, you have just told them that you didn't focus more on explaining deeper because it has to be age appropriate. So at this time, you're going to go deeper why you've asked them for these boundaries and why they need to say no to some things. Let them understand that saying no is part of life. You don't consent to everything. You don't agree to everything. Now, you have to prepare them for peer pressure. The number one thing that have spoiled our children is peer pressure. Prepare these children for peer pressure. Have a scenario Prepare a scenario that peer pressure can come in, how their peers can pressure them to either leave school with them, taste alcohol, do all sorts of risky behavior, play all sorts of rough play, touch all kind of body parts that are not to be touched. Let them understand what boundary is, what peer pressure is, and different scenarios that can play out. And you prepare comments that they can say. You can give them such comment like, sorry, I am not prepared for this. I am not interested in this. This is not my go-to. I don't think I like this. I don't want to be pressured to do this. When your preteen understand this statement, when they use it, it's going to be just normal. And they will not feel bad. So prepare them for peer pressure. Online safety. At this stage, you see the back and forth you have with your children on using phones. You will not drop your phones and they will just pick it. They want to exploit their world. They want to be on social media. They want to chat with their friends in school. They want to use the online space. Let them know that there is something called digital footprint. The internet doesn't forget. So let them understand that the internet will not forget whatever they do at this stage. And so we'll look at online safety on some subsequent edition of our program. Then introduce the concept of safety choice. Introduce the concept of safety choice. We'll take each of these topics and dive into it in proper. Whether puberty, whether safety choice, whether risky behavior, whether peer pressure. We're going to explore how they will be able to navigate this space. So prepare your preteens for life ahead, life as a teenager. Let them be on the know before they turn teenagers. So you have work every step of the way, from toddler stage to preteen. We'll talk about teenagers. But you see everything I mentioned here, we can dissect it into different ways that you can prepare your child. So let's keep preparing these children for life ahead. And let sex education be an education that will be very important for our children, because it will help them to make informed decisions, shape their life, shape their future for something good.